Hi guys, online personal trainer Gavin Townsend here, chilling out in the garden, and today wearing my Morpheus like Matrix glasses, and I'm actually going to touch on a subject which rhymes with Morpheus. It's body dysmorphia. Very commonplace, both in and out of the fitness industry, ironically. I find in the fitness industry especially, body dysmorphia is more apparent than most people believe. And I'll touch on that a little bit later on. I'll touch on my own experiences, a few that I've talked about on the likes of BBC Radio, and talk about a few experiences that I've had with a few individuals over the years as well, which might not surprise you. So my personal experience of body dysmorphia was, plain and simply put, between the ages of 13 and 17 at school. I was stick thin, struggled to put weight on. I was around 9.5, 10 stone between the ages of 15 and 17, and I was always known for being very skinny and athletic. Used to be part of all the athletic groups, used to play for all the sport clubs, and it wasn't until, I'd say, my late teens, till I reached about 19, when I got into the fitness industry, when I really got into being a gym instructor and learning about corrective training, nutrition, supplementation, that my body started to change. And also, with being so young, my metabolic rate was so high, and I just burnt energy at such a rate that it didn't matter what I was shoving down my mouth, it wasn't sticking. And yeah, eventually I managed to work out the right macros, worked out the right food intake for my body, and I suddenly jumped from this 10 stone being stick thin to 12.5, 13 stone, early 20s, and I'd say body dysmorphia has stuck with me for the best part of about 6-7 years, from the ages of, say, 14 all the way up to 21. And the reasons why is because you see everyone growing, you see everyone developing in different ways. You also see all these fancy magazines out there with false views on how people should look, and that's mainly because it helps with product endorsements. Now I can say that because I sell my own products, so I'll say how it is. And the reality is the whole industry is built upon on sales, which is any business. And unfortunately, a lot of brands, they play on people's insecurities, and I find that a lot of the figures that are used are not realistic, because a lot of the guys and girls in these magazines are quite often not in starvation mode most of the time, have no energy, lethargic, are taking all sorts of drugs and substances to support their fat loss, and they're not actually that healthy. So that's the reality of many many so-called models in the industry. I'm going to get a few hate mail messages as a result of saying that, but that is the reality of it. I can say that because I come into contact with hundreds of them every week contacting me for work. The reality of body dysmorphia is, it is a mental disorder. It can cause you great harm, both short-term and long-term. If you do suffer with it, both male and female, feel free to confide in someone close to you. Don't keep it to yourself, which is quite commonplace with body dysmorphia. And as an example for guys, for instance, if you're looking at these magazines, if you're looking at these six-pack ab photo shoots, don't think to yourself that you're going to get it in the next 5 weeks. A lot of these models, it's their full-time job. Like I said earlier, a lot of them are using all sorts of substances and products to aid their ideal shot. A lot of them dehydrate themselves prior to the shoot. At the point of the shoot as well, lighting is key as well, to show the abs off, or the musculature in a different frame. And I've even known certain models to actually go as far as using makeup as well. So again, I'm probably going to get slated because I'm just giving all the secrets away from typical models, but if it helps a few people with this body dysmorphia, then I can sleep better. Girls, for instance, as well, the common issue I see for many girls is comparing their body shape to other women, famous celebrities who have a completely different bone structure to them. So if you're stick thin, if your bone structure is tiny and you have little fat weight on you, you're not going to have a curvaceous hip and broad waistline, but equally vice versa as well. So if you're naturally broad in the hips, There is no way on this planet you're suddenly going to have smaller, narrow, bone-structured hips. What you're better off doing, as opposed to fixating on people's or celebrities' bodies, which you idolise, which are unrealistic for your body shape and size, you're much better off finding somebody who has a similar bone structure and somebody who looks healthy, who looks after themselves, who has a realistic percentage of body fat. Otherwise, you're going to spend your whole life beating yourself up with unrealistic goals and expectations, and the reality is, short term it's just not going to do you any good, and long term it's just going to mess with your head. So that's a great recommendation there for the ladies out there. On the final subject, I was on BBC Radio Essex a few years back talking about the effects of anabolic steroids. A young lad with body dysmorphia trying to get into the Marines as a result. He's as a result of having this dysmorphia, he decided to jump on anabolic steroids. He didn't know what he was doing. His nutrition was poor, and yeah, as a result, he had a heart attack. He died. They simply put it down to the fact that one half of his heart was over exaggerated, and your heart works as like a pump, constantly pumping blood around the body. It's also a muscle, one of the largest in the body, in fact. And as a result, by fueling this muscle, by over exaggerating the one half, he just had a heart attack. He died instantly. So that was a sad moment. I had to talk about this body dysmorphia and the effect of anabolic steroids, especially in youngsters. And it was a shame for this 19-year-old lad who tried to get into the Marines. But in a way, I could kind of empathise with it, because at that age range, I struggled with it myself. But thankfully, I went down the healthier route, and that I just ethically trained better and supplemented with the right supplementation, and just ate well generally. So this is quite a sensitive subject for a lot of people. I hope this has opened your eyes a little bit more. Even if you're not familiar with this mental disorder, if you know someone who you feel does suffer with it, just get in touch with them. Just try and let them confide in you a little bit, and it is something in time you can get over. You tend to find in life your priorities change, and then one day you wake up and think, well, actually this whole body dysmorphia thing is not that important. You've got other priorities. So that's why my mindset. This is why my own personal mindset changed towards it. Don't get me wrong. All of us in the fitness industry have an ego, so we all try and look after ourselves. But the reality is, most people in the industry, it stems from this body dysmorphia issue. So I'm online personal trainer Gavin Townsend. If you're interested in an online trainer, if you want someone to help you with your goals, sport specific plan, weight management, whatever it is, feel free to like me on Facebook, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and have a great day, guys. I'm off shopping. Take care.